Hello everybody, and welcome back to Vidstorical Reviews. And in this episode, we are reviewing Wave 6 of Walt Disney Treasures. Now, this one is going even deeper into the obscurity and more obscure titles. Everybody needs to buy these box sets. Even if you're a classic Disney fan, a DVD collector, whatsoever, these are for you. Now, here we have Wave 6 with more silly symphonies, complete Pluto Volume 2, the Hardy Boys, and your host, Walt Disney. So the first one of this wave is Volume 2 of More Silly Symphonies. Now, for those who have joined me since the beginning, in the first episode we covered the first Silly Symphonies with the little ugly duckling on it. Now this one, it has more of the obscure Silly Symphony titles. I actually have only browsed through this once, so this is going to be kind of new to me, a refresher. Something I forgot to add about this one is this box set, for some reason, you could find it on the higher end of the spectrum. It's really strange with some of these boxes. Even though you don't think that they should be worth close to $100, some people will want to sell it for expensive. Just be careful out there. Now, let's start out with More Silly Symphonies. See? This is the second one to the first Ugly Duckling that we reviewed earlier in another video. If you haven't seen it, check it out. Here's that. That's pretty cool. Open that. Huh. Look at that. Cute. I'm always a bigger fan of when they put the picture on the actual disc rather than when it's just gray and just a name. That's kind of boring to me. So here is a picture. Disney's Silly Symphony. See here. From the original innovation behind Silly Symphonies, creating a cartoon around music, the series was a continuing platform for imagination and experimentation. A number of Silly Symphony titles have the distinction of showcasing a first use of Technicolor, first use of Disney's multi-plane camera, and more. Too dirty. Has the certificate, little booklet. That out. Oh look, what I see here. Mother Goose Goes to Hollywood. And you see that all there. It's pretty exciting. I can't wait to explore this with you guys. And let's go check out the DVDs. Now, here we have the first disc, More Silly Symphonies.
Welcome to Disc 1 of Silly Symphonies Volume 2. I'm Leonard Maltin, and I'm especially pleased to present some of Walt Disney's rarest cartoons. There are some short subjects in this collection that haven't been shown intact since their original release.
And that's why, again, it's important to own these, because half the time they won't even put on Disney+. So at least here you're able to view them at your own liking. So here are the main menu. Play all alphabetical chronologically. Let's go chronologically. So we have Hell's Bells, Springtime, Arctic Antics, Autumn, Playful Pan, and Summer. So let's check out the first one. Drawn by Iwerks, music by Carl W. Stalling. For those who don't know, Iwerks, along with Walt Disney, helped co-create Mickey Mouse, and he's the one that designed the Mickey Mouse that we know. Carl Stalling, he eventually went to do music for the Warner Brothers cartoons. But just watching this, you see that they're still in their experimental phase of their cartoons, and that's what these Silly Symphonies were actually for the studio. It was to help the animators figure out how to animate this or how to animate it that way and everything. So that one was a short one. So let's go on to Summer. And as you see the years that they're going by, they're still in black and white. And that's just how the early shorts were. But even from a year from the first one that I showed you, I already see the animation bettering right here. But you also notice that they had a Mickey Mouse place card which what I believe must have been a way for people to promote Mickey Mouse, even though he wasn't in there. It's to show people, hey, we're the same people that created Mickey Mouse, just in case you guys don't know. So here on the second page, the cat's out, the clock store, the fox hunt, the spider and the fly, the bears and bees, the bird store. So let's click on the clock store. Again, still black and white, but these are just an amazing connection to the old Disney before the days of Snow White, before the features, before they really honed into their skills. And yes, these cartoons are going to be very silly, as the name is, Silly Symphonies. The Bird Store. So this one's 1932. So this is still pre-Flowers and Trees, because Flowers and Trees was the first short film was in fully color. They actually started that short in black and white, but they decided, you know what, we're going to do it in color. They figured out how to do it for animation, or trying to perfect it. Let's do it. And so they had to redo it, and that's why it became color and won an Oscar for it. So the third one, Bugs in Love, Frolicking Fish, Monkey Melodies, Night Winter. I'll just click 1 in this one. So we'll go with Monkey Melodies. Ooh, Mickey Mouse. But most likely Mickey Mouse won't even be in this short. Those are cute little monkeys though. Very simple. And rubbery animation still, because it's still early 30s. So those are all just a taste of the shorts there. Let's go back to the main menu. Here we have From the Vault, bonus features. Oh, here's more cartoons from the vault, most likely. Let's see.
It's important to remember that these films were made many years ago. Society was different then, and that was reflected in Hollywood movies. People thought nothing of often crude cartoon violence or an exposed rear end as a joke. Ethnic,
exactly.
Racial.
Exactly. That's why every time you watch either a cartoon or a film, you have to take it as it's a different time then. So we have the Cannibal Capers with original ending, El Terrible Toreador, The Merry Dwarfs, Midnight in a Toy Shop. So I guess let's check out Cannibal Capers with original ending. I actually have not seen this.
Racial or ethnic stereotypes were still considered acceptable when the Mickey Mouse Club aired them in the 1950s. But Cannibal Capers was cut short. Here's the ending of the cartoon that played in theaters when the short was first seen in 1930.
Okay. Obviously, I'm not going to show you guys the whole cartoon, but I can show you the ending that he was talking about. So you can obviously see why this short is deemed not right. But today's standards, they are stereotyping Native people. But I'm actually gonna go back to it and show you the ending, because that's what I told you I was gonna show. I didn't realize it was gonna be that short. So let me go back to it just to show you guys. I gotta go a little slower this time. There you go. Okay. Okay. So basically, they grab the lion's teeth and is dancing away with the false teeth and a supposedly hairless lion. Okay, very nutty. All of these early 30s shorts, extremely nutty. Okay, and I'll just show you guys Midnight in a Toy Shop. Let's see. Mickey Mouse. Most likely Mickey Mouse won't be in it. Let's go through that. Huh. Okay. Interesting. Now let's move on back to the main menu. Let's see what we got in the bonus features. springtime commentary, night commentary, and Monkey Melody's commentary. I'm not gonna play the commentary for you because you guys know what commentaries are, but when you buy the DVD, definitely an option for you guys. We have then the commentary for Winter, The Clock Store, The Spider and the Fly, as well as The Fox Hunt and Bugs in Love. There's no videos in this one to really show you, so I'm just gonna stop it here and move on to the second disc. Here we have the second disc of More Silly Symphonies. Now here's the intro of the second disc.
Hello, I'm Leonard Maltin.
Hello.
Welcome to Disc 2 of Silly Symphonies, Volume 2. When you mention this series to anyone who knows animation, chances are they'll think of milestone entries like The Skeleton Dance, Three Little Pigs, or The Old Mill, and with good reason. But that doesn't...
Exactly. Good reason that they remember those at least, but those same people who know those should take a chance in seeing the more obscure shorts. So here's the main menu. Play all from the vault, and we're going to check out the shorts in chronological order. So here we have Birds in the Spring, The Night Before Christmas, Old King Cole, The Pied Piper, The Goddess of Spring. I'm going to play the Birds in Spring, and I'm also going to play Goddess of Spring. So I'm going to... United Artists Picture. I also noticed that they had several distributors. So in the older cartoon, you saw it was still with Columbia. Later they went with RKO. This one's United Artists. I really want to learn why they changed distribution so many times. That's an answer. If you guys know of the answer, please let me know in the comments. But that's something I'm definitely curious about. So the Goddess of Spring, I've actually have watched this short. And the reason why is because they use this as a semi-prototype to develop a more human character. So as you noticed in a lot of the other shorts I showed you, they don't really have a lot of human characters. And that's because humans are harder to draw than little creatures or little animals. So people tend to avoid it as much as they can, but once you do have a human, you have to make it as perfect as possible because humans tend to critique the humans' drawings more. So I was mentioning this short as I watched it because they include this in, I believe, multiple Snow White DVD collections. So in there, they talk about how they're trying to develop the human character for their eventual feature, and so she served as a kind of practice run so they could get used to animating humans. Which, when you compare her versus Snow White, she's way more rubbery than, obviously, Snow White. Snow White is much more realistic. But I digress. Let's go to the second page. Cock O' the Walk. Three Blind Mouseketeers, Little Hiawatha, Merbabies, Moth, and the Flame. So let's check out Three Blind Mouseketeers. Another United Artists. Huh. This is very interesting. That's kind of cute. Definitely need to see this one. But by watching this, you can kind of see a little bit of Cinderella in there with the whole gag of the mice under the cups and that black cat acting like Lucifer a little bit. So now, in hindsight, watching the later films, you can see how they really develop maybe remnants of these characters in some of these earlier shorts. I'm actually gonna go back to Merbabies because I want to see if I've seen this one before. So RKO, again, they switch it back. So here we have Merbabies. I'm pretty sure this was a short they've got some inspiration from for The Little Mermaid. But it's so cute. Look at the little babies. It always makes you wonder, how are mermaids supposed to have offspring? But that's something that, of course, kids should not think about. Main menu. So we have those, and then we're going to jump on from the vault. So let's see what we got.
It's important to remember that these films were made many years ago. society was...
So I think what they tend to do is from the vault, from what I've noticed from other Walt Disney Treasures, is that from the vault will be technically the more, I guess, controversial shorts. And in the normal lining is, I guess, the tamer ones. But here we have King Neptune, Santa's Workshop, The China Shop, Broken Toys, 3 Orphan Kittens, More Kittens, and Mother Goose Goes Hollywood. Now, the first one I'm gonna do is... let's just do The China Shop. Because I want to definitely click on Mother Goose. And I'll show you why. So, The China Shop. Huh, okay. So that guy already reminds me of Geppetto. Okay, very interesting. Definitely against one of the China dolls. So we're gonna click on Mother Goose Goes Hollywood, and I'm gonna explain to you why once you start seeing it. So RKO, Mother Goose Goes Hollywood. And this is one of the shorts I've actually have seen, and the reason why is because of all the Hollywood caricatures that they use in this. Now you can obviously tell this is the MGM lion, but this just like the, I'll just pause it for a quick second. Just like the autograph hound that I showed you in the Donald Duck Volume 1, with all the caricatures that Donald meets, here it's the year prior. So
I lost my sheet letter I have.
So do you know who that is? That's Katharinehepburn. Here are the Marxbrothers. I keep forgetting who this guy is. Some people I don't remember who some of these people are.
Very funny. They're killing.
I have to look at that one again. There's Donald again. So this is a mix of Mutiny on the Bounty and Captain's Courage, because that's Charles Lawton, Spencertracy, and Freddie Bartholomew. They were actually, I kind of regret not buying this, but they had some model sheets of that Freddie Bartholomew at a Van Eden gallery, and they were selling a bunch of drawings, and I should have bought the character model sheet for Freddie Bartholomew. But here's W.C. Fields and Charlie McCarthy, who was a puppet from Edgar Bergen. Here's Stanlaurel, and then, of course, Oliverhardy. It's hilarious, though. Oh, there's Gretagarbo. Oh, look, there's Edward.G.Robinson. That's hilarious. Let's see this real quick.
I want so much to be alone.
Everybody knows her. Oh, that's Eddiecantor. I think that's Cab Calloway. Oh, wait, who is that? Oh, that's Wallace Beery. They did a pretty good job with Wallace Beery. Stephen Fetchit. Oh, there's Maewest. Oh, I'm not. I have to pause and dissect it, but I'm trying to figure out who are the other two ladies. Well, there's Clarkgable, of course. I'm not sure who that other guy is. Sometimes you see the caricatures and you're not sure who they are until you actually, somebody tells you who it is, and then now you can't unsee it. Oh, there's Fredastaire. Where's Ginger? She's not there dancing with Fred. That's a good Fred, though. That's a really good Fred. Chorus. There's Joey Brown. I forgot who that lady is. And there's the lovely Katharinehepburn.
I lost my sheet. I can't find them anywhere, really, I can't.
A wonderful ending with Katharinehepburn. Now, I want to see if I can find any celebrities commenting on their caricatures, because there's a lot of... The ones who could take a joke are always the best ones. So now we have, in the bonus features, Silly Symphonies Rediscovered, Animators at Play, and Galleries. So let's check what Silly Symphonies Rediscovered are. I would love to see if clarkgable commented how much he enjoyed it, or other people, Katharinehepburn. Okay, so here's a little doc about the history of Silly Symphonies. Oh, they didn't put who his name was. Oh, there's our pal, Jerry Beck, in this one again, just like in the other one. So here's a little documentary about Silly Symphonies and their importance, and talking about the newer shorts as well. Not only the black and white ones, but when they went into color. Oh, he's an author. Okay, he's an author, that's why. Okay. So here they talk about all the technological innovations about the Silly Symphonies, how they contributed to the multiplane camera. It was basically experimentation and them to improve on their storytelling. That was the purpose of these Silly Symphonies. And then I noticed that afterwards, oh yeah, so here's the goddess of spring. That's where they were talking, exactly, that's where they're talking about her connection with Snow White. But they did really nice drawings, and birds too, all the little characters, all of them, like they even connecting to Pinocchio too. There I saw Groucho. Oh, those bears look like Mickey Mouse. Oh, there's even helping with the contribution to music. So it was all helping them be better and better. But they definitely slowed down a little bit with the Silly Symphonies, and then just
Not too
stuck
many
to
years
more
ago,
shorts.
a remarkable piece of film was discovered in the Disney studio vault. New studio of Walt Disney.
Wow, I love this. Any kind of home movies like this is amazing. Let's see.
Ball game from the early 1930s.
Ball game.
We're going to take a little time trip here back to the early 1930s. Apparently this is the winter of 1930-31. And this is behind the Hyperion Avenue studio of Walt Disney.
Wow. That is amazing. I didn't know this was on here. I just want to see if any of these houses survived. I saw some cross streets. So he said there's cross streets right there in the background.
A very vocal group there.
So in this one, Leonard Maltin gives commentary about these home movies, but this is amazing. There should just be a DVD just showing all home movies like this.
Coast. And this woman in the foreground, the camera keeps moving back and forth, is holding a copy of Bernard McFadden's Physical Culture magazine.
That's why he's also... Wow. Look at... I also like to see in the background, because a lot of those lamps too, when you're walking around in Los Angeles, they'll have certain lamps that you can tell they're old, and certain ones that they're newer.
Who's smiling broadly, and he's got more hair than he did when we saw him on the Mickey Mouse Club too. Everyone's fooling around, and here comes Roy Disney in a suit, joining in some of the fun every time.
Wow. This is a really cool piece. Oh, and here's Walt Disney being very lax.
Right-hand side of the picture, on a tall pedestal, and it did a pretty good job of capturing all the ambient.
Wow. Now knowing that this exists, I probably maybe seen snippets of it in documentaries or something, but now seeing it fully right here, that's amazing. So galleries, that's probably one of my favorite things on here. The art of the Silly Symphonies in print, Sunday Funnies, and comic books. I'm just gonna show the art of the Silly Symphony. So you keep going here. Oh. That was strange. Okay. I didn't have it clicked on. Okay. So again, you know what galleries are, basically showing pictures, some artwork of it. But even just looking at the backgrounds, it's very simple and nothing extreme. How I feel back then they had less pressure to do things, details and stuff. I feel they have more pressure nowadays with animation, with films and things. But here they were just trying to tell a story. They're trying to do their best. Okay, so I'm just gonna go back. You guys, that's a sample of the galleries that they show there. Go back to the menu. I'm not sure why I went there. And that's it for the Silly Symphonies 2. Let's move on to the next Walt Disney treasure. The next box that we have in this wave is the complete Pluto Volume 2. Now, as what I said about the more Silly Symphonies, this one for some reason goes in the higher books as well. I've seen this go for over $100 and stuff, but I was lucky enough to find somebody like sold it to me as a lot for a reasonable price. But this one has more of Pluto's obscure titles that I actually have not gone through, so we'll be going through these together as well. Now here we have Pluto Volume 2. Look at that happy dog. So let's open it up. Check that out. Here's the 2 discs. Oh, how can you not love Pluto? He's so cute. Little poster. Before Pluto became Mickey's faithful pup in 1931's The Moose Hunt, he was Minnie Mouse's dog Rover in The Picnic, his second appearance in a cartoon which premiered at the end of 1930. I love these with these little pieces of trivia. That's extremely important. Certificate. And a little booklet. You see that? Same picture of Walt. Got that. Pluto with a parcel. There you see, it goes up to 1947. I cannot wait. I wish they had more Pluto releases because he's iconic, and just like Donald, he gets to all of these different scraps, which is just funny to watch. So that's why I wish there was more of Pluto, but we have to be grateful for what we can get, right? So let's go check out the DVD features. Here we have the first disc of Pluto Volume 2. Here we have again, returning to the main menu.
Hello, I'm Leonard Maltin. Welcome to
Hello
Disc 1
again.
of Complete Pluto Volume 2. At a time when most animated cartoons in theaters and on television are drowning in dialogue, it's a pleasant change of pace to spend quality time with a pantomime character like Pluto.
That's why in any language people can watch and enjoy Pluto if you know English or not. Now let's see what we got. We got the main menu here. Let's check out chronological order Pluto. So here we have Male Dog, Pluto's Blue Note, Rescue Dog, Bone Bandit, Pluto's Fledgling, Pluto's Purchase. So let's check out the first one, Male Dog. It's impossible not to like Pluto. And just like with Donald Duck, how he has a lot of interferences with life, Pluto is in a similar way. Pluto wants things done his way, and he either interacts with an animal or another dog or something because they both want the same thing, like bone, food, what might have you. Let's see in this one. Oh, and this one has Mickey Mouse. So I've seen this bulldog in other cartoons also. It's like his enemy. Let's see. Let's see this Mickey Mouse. Okay, so it's the Mickey Mouse we all know and love. Oh, he took his sauce. He's trying to take his sausage. Oh, darn. Let's move on to the next page. We got Bumblebee, Pluto Surprise Package, Pluto Sweater, Pueblo Pluto, Sheepdog. You know what? I think I have seen Pluto's sweater. So let's click on this one. This one, I might remember. Oh, yes, I have seen it. This one's hilarious. And this one, of course, has Figaro, which I've commented on, I believe it was the last Pluto disc. Where did Minnie get Figaro? Because Figaro first popped up in Pinocchio, so it makes you wonder, is that another cat called Figaro, or is that Geppetto's Figaro? But in this one, Pluto basically is put on a sweater, and he is so embarrassed by it, so he wants to take it off. But the sweater ends up having a mind of its own. So I just see it's growing bigger and bigger. I don't know how it's so stretchy. So it becomes really small, and to the point where it shrunk because he went to the lake. But look at this. Figaro was laughing at him, and the sweater, Minnie put her heart and soul into the sweater. She wanted Pluto to wear it, but it shrunk, and now she's putting it on Figaro, and Figaro is dealing with the same thing as Pluto did. So let's see Pueblo Pluto. This one, oh yes, I have seen this one as well. Oh, and I always thought that little brown dog was so cute. He wasn't trying to be menacing to Pluto. He was just hungry. Just a little puppy. Such a cute little puppy. But also poor Pluto. You feel bad for him because that's his bone, right? That's his food. Nobody else should get it, but he feels bad for him. Oh, there's a funny joke right here. So Pluto is trapped and he's crying, and the little dog wants to get him help. So he's crying. The little dog goes to, and he stops. He sees a flower. And it sounds like Pluto cried harder just to tell the little dog, "Hurry up! I'm trapped." But that's how it ends. He makes a new friend rather than an enemy. Good old Pluto shorts. So back to the main menu. We go to the bonus features, and we'll see what we got. Oh, we got Masterclass. Animator Randy Cartwright discusses bone trouble. Animator Anders Deja discusses Hawaiian holiday. So now I'm going to click on this one because knowing that this one is really cool, because knowing it's a dear friend of mine, seeing him doing what I'm doing, reviewing this set, except he's just doing it in a cartoon. But it's amazing to hear amazing words from a professional actually going through the short, talking about all the animation tactics that they used, everything, storytelling, because he worked on some of the most iconic Disney characters, especially during the Renaissance period. Not only Elliot for Pete's Dragon, but he also did the carpet from Aladdin, Belle, Beauty and the Beast, all of those amazing movies. So just to hear his words explaining this cartoon, how it works, the jokes, the references that they're making as well, that's what's amazing to watch, especially with this cartoon. And I love this cartoon. It's also super hilarious.
I've noticed these mirrors.
Oh yeah, let's go a little clip back. I'm curious to see what he says about this mirror gag.
Oh. What he's thinking. Mark gets push over there, and here's a nice image for you. A bunch of open mouths scaring a dog.
See, I laughed at the same thing because that's hilarious. That's just an ingenious gag. So I'll just click a little bit on Anders Deja. He's doing the same thing. He is reviewing and giving his commentary on a Pluto short as well. Oh, actually, no, not a Pluto. Well, I mean, Pluto is in this short, but here's another iconic short. But again, Anders Deja, one of the greatest animators of all time as well. Scar from The Lion King. So here we have Pluto's process. The construction of Pluto's Judgment Day pencil test. So I'm just going to click this on real quick. So let's see what this got right here. Export that. Oh, definitely comparing storyboard sketches, animation in the background. That's really cool. Seeing where it all came from. That's and not only for one short too. I mean, it is one short, but the way that they split it up, it made it look like it was multiple. So here we have, it says pencil test. Ah, so if you don't want to watch the final, this is how the final pencil test is. They're not going to show the rough animation, most likely, because the rough is a different part. That is really cool. These are amazing special features. I love it. So we go back to the main menu. Oh, and that's it for the first disc. So let's move on to the second one. Here we have the second disc of Pluto Volume 2. Let's check it out. Here we have the second Pluto, so let's check this out. Oh.
These short subjects, I found myself marveling at the many fresh ideas they came up with.
Yep, that's exactly what I love about these Pluto shorts. Especially since he's a pantomime character. So you have countless possibilities. Anybody from any language could watch him and understand them. Here you have the main menu, so let's check out all these shorts chronologically. So we have Camp Dog, Food for Feudin, Pests of the West, Pluto and the Gopher, Pluto's Heartthrob. So let's check out Food for Feudin. Ooh, okay, let's see. Ah, I have seen this one. This is another great one. Some of my favorites are with Chip and Dale. They're so iconic. They have this Chip and Dale DVD, single DVD, but they don't have I wish they had a Disney treasure of Chip and Dale. I feel there should be a spotlight for them, because there's a ride for them at Disneyland, for crying out loud. But we have to be grateful for what we got, right? So here we have Chip and Dale acting like gloves, and Pluto just playing along with them, at first liking it and realizing it's a trick. So here we have Pluto's Heartthrob. So let's see what we got here. Buena Vista, their distribution. Actually, I'm gonna spotlight, let me see. Roy Williams is the story guy. So you guys know who Roy Williams is, that cartoonist I showed you in the Spin and Marty DVD. Here we have Pluto with his old rival, and he's fallen in love with a wiener dog girl who has her heart set out on those two dogs. But how can you not go for Pluto? Okay, let's see. Let's go to the next page. So we have Primitive Pluto, Puss Cafe, Wonder Dog, and Cold Storage. Let me just click on the last one just to show you guys what we got. Buena Vista again. Let me just check the credits real quick. Cold Storage. Huh, okay. Different. So oh, what the? Did you just see that face? What is going on? What is up with that Pluto face? That was weird. That was something from Alice in Wonderland or something. So now he's fighting with God. Now he's fighting with a crane for a little house. Oh, well, they eventually found a compromise there. Okay, let's go back to the main menu. Here we have From the Vault, bonus features. So let's click on From the Vault.
It's important to remember that these cartoons were made more than half a century ago, and a lot has happened to change our sensibilities.
Yep, that's what a lot of these From the Vaults are. Just to have a different introduction. So let's see, we got Catnap Pluto, Cold Turkey, Plutopia, Figaro, and Cleo. So let's click on Plutopia. So, oh, let me just go. Oh, Mickey. Okay. Oh, look at that. Oh, look. Norm Ferguson, Freddie Moore, Les Clark. I truly think, for those who don't know, Freddie Moore was one of the most famous animators at the animation studio. He redesigned Mickey Mouse to look like the Mickey Mouse we know today. He unfortunately died in a car accident, but he was notorious for designing these really cutesy girls at the studio. and he just had a way to design. Nobody else could match his keen eye sensibility. I really wish if he had survived, he would have become one of the old men. It'll probably be the 10 old men versus the 9 old men, because he was that good. But that short it's funny because there was a cat character that Pluto had a fantasy that he would be a servant, but it's very hilarious, and regardless. So here we have Figaro and Cleo. Let's check out this one. So here, now this one's interesting. I'm curious why they added this one in the Pluto, especially since Cleo is straight from Pinocchio, and of course Figaro from Pinocchio. I think because they added the Mammy character, that's why they added it in this section. But I'm just curious as to why they added it in the Pluto disc. But anyways, but who doesn't love Cleo? Cleo is a nice, sweet. She can have a little sass sometimes. Not as much as Figaro. And I think Figaro is iconic because he's like a child. He's basically like a child, but he knows he needs to do better. Okay, well that one was interesting. The Figaro and Cleo short. I didn't even think they had it. It's basically a spin-off. So let's see what we got in bonus features. Bonus cartoons. Oh, Baz Day, Figaro and Frankie. From the Vault, Figaro and Cleo. Why they had that twice? Okay, I think they just added here because Pet. Oh, this one's really good. This short is so funny. You know what? I think Figaro could really work as his own cartoon star, honestly. How could you not like Figaro? He's so hilarious. Oh, Figaro and Frankie's good too. I'm not sure why they put Figaro and Cleo twice though. This one's funny. This one's hilarious. Frankie's a little bird. And of course the music's great. So Frankie is their little Minnie's new pet. And Figaro the whole time wants to eat him, but Minnie doesn't allow that. And so Figaro is debating with himself, his angel character, to help Frankie and not to eat him and destroy him. But good. I'm just wondering why this one is here. Let me see.
It's important to remember that these cartoons were
Does he have more of an intro? Interesting. I think he just gave like an additional intro, but it was similar intro as what we saw already. Okay. Gallery, Pluto backgrounds, Pluto in progress, Pluto published. So let's check out Pluto backgrounds real quick. But remember the last backgrounds I was showing you? Look at this stellar backgrounds. The perspective, everything. But even so, it's very simple. And this is all hand painted, mind you. Just imagine, all hand painted, simple, just for these cartoons. Many times you're only gonna see this for a couple seconds on screen. Amazing, amazing. To me, this looks like feature quality. Okay, let's go back to the menu. I believe that's the last thing in the special features. I keep going back to that. But yeah, I believe so. So that concludes Pluto Volume 2. Let's go on to the next treasure. Now the third box set in this wave is the Hardy Boys. Now this is something I haven't seen really either, so this is something new that we're gonna check out together. And who I see here is Tommy Kirk. Now for those who don't know, Tommy Kirk was one of the prominent child stars of the lot for Walt Disney in the late 50s, 60s. He unfortunately was fired due to some unforeseen circumstance. I recommend you guys look him up. I won't explain it here. But basically he was caught in relations with a younger boy. But that's another story for another day. But going back to before that, this is a cool set that I'm going to go over. Let's go check it out. Now the next one we have the Hardy Boys. So let's open this up. I always got this one and Spin Marty confused when I was first getting the collections together, but now I know the difference. So you open it up. Ah, look at that. Look at a young Tommy Kirk. Super adorable. There he is. For those you don't know, again, he's in the Shaggy Dog and Merlin Jones. While most of the Hardy Boys, the Mystery of Applegate Treasures, take place outdoors, practically the whole series is shot indoors on stage 2 of the Disney studio, including the Applegate grounds and railroad yard. And luckily they still have most of the sound stages there, and unlike the backlot of the Disney studio, but unfortunately you can't stop those kind of things from happening. They even named one of the sound stages the Annette soundstage, so that's a nice honor. Stranger, real case. Here's a picture of it. Yeah, he looks really young there. So let's go explore this marvelous collection, shall we? Here we have the Hardy Boys Disc 1. Here we have the intro to this.
Hi, I'm Leonard Maltin.
Hello again.
Welcome to Disc 1 of the Mickey Mouse Club presents The Hardy Boys, a serial that was filmed right here on historic Stage 2 at the Walt Disney Studios. We're going to start out with a complete 1-hour episode of the Mickey Mouse Club that launched the 2nd season of this popular daily show on Monday, October 1st, 1956.
Amazing. Again, another show that spawned from the Mickey Mouse Club. Just an intro bringing on the show, the Hardy Boys. But let's see what this disc will bring us. So here we have the episode selection, Mickey Mouse Club bonus feature from Dixon to Disney. So I guess let's go and check episode selection. So here we have The Stranger, A Real Case, The First Clue, The Fugitive, Applegate's Gold. So I'm just going to click on The Stranger, as it's the first one here, and let's see what we got. So Mickey Mouse Club presents The Mystery of the Applegate Treasure. Huh. Let's see this real quick.
Mystery of the Applegate Treasure.
Let's see.
It's not a very big place, and some of the people who live here go to work up in the city. The rest of us stay in
I am curious to see where that's located. You can tell that is on location. Even these houses. That doesn't look like it's a back lot. So I'm just curious. This might be on a back lot, but those streets can't. So here, Tim Considine and Tommy Kirk. This looks like a back lot, but earlier it didn't. So for those who don't know, Tommy Kirk was one of the most famous Disney stars of the era, the 50s and 60s. He was in the original Shaggy Dog, and he was in Merlin Jones films. Let's see. Applegate's Gold. Fast forward that. Huh. Now, I'm going to be frank with you guys. I haven't seen any of these episodes, so I can't give further context than just a first review of first time seeing and watching this. But despite the age of these shorts, I would say the quality's not bad for this DVD, thinking that there's no Blu-ray for this. So we have A Dig for Treasure, A Pirate's Chest, Boys in Trouble, Female Detective. I'm just going to click on one here. I'm just going to click on Female Detective. So here we have Mickey Mouse Club intro. That's our whole intro. Oh, I just saw one of those white owls. Have you actually ever seen them in real life? If I find it again. Ah. Well, it didn't pop up the second time. But those white owls with the kind of, I think it's the one in, I'm trying to remember. Similar to the owls I think I've seen in Harry Potter, I'm not quite sure. But I've actually seen one in real life, and they're it's kind of intimidating, if you ask me. Anyways, but here we are with a special feature. As Leonard Maltin was saying, they put the original Mickey Mouse Club episode that helped launch the Hardy Boys. So we're just gonna go through it and just see anything that strikes us, because I haven't seen this myself. Showing a submarine life and their operations. The Mouseketeers singing and dancing. All kinds. And there's Roy. Definitely a variety show for kids. Or for the whole family. That helped introduce. Now here, how they introduce the Hardy Boys. That's actually pretty cool. Having a popular show like the Mickey Mouse Club introduce something new that people might not be interested in.
Hi there. This is Tommy Kirk. He plays Joe, my younger brother. They know that. They just saw us.
That's a cute kid, you know? Oh, and there's Annette. There's Annette. Now this short is hilarious. Mickey's rival. Now that character, his name is Mortimer Mouse, which was actually, ironically, Mickey Mouse's original name. So I just find it hilarious that they put it as an enemy of Mickey, his original name. For those that don't know. So that was that one. Bonus feature. Let's see what this is.
Walt Disney had established his studio as the leader in family entertainment, a reputation that grew by leaps and bounds as he expanded into the world of television.
Yep. It reached to a wider audience. So this is a little documentary about the Hardy Boys. So that is useful. That's what I really like also about these Walt Disney Treasures. They not only gave you a taste, in these cases for these television shows, of these kind of shows, but they gave you a documentary explaining behind the scenes, who's who, why do they do it, how do they find it. It's as essential as the content itself. And that's it for the first disc. Let's move on to the second one. Here we have the Hardy Boys Disc 2 with the young Tommy Kirk. Here we have the second disc of the Hardy Boys.
Hello, and welcome to Disc 2 of the Mickey Mouse Club presents The Hardy Boys. I'm Leonard Maltin.
Thank you so much. Now here is a continuation of different kinds of episodes, and further along with explaining different character actors, as he was trying to do in the intro. So here we have play all episode selection, bonus features. Let's check out here. I'll give you a taste of how these episodes look like. So I'm going to put Footsteps in the Tower, and I'm going to just fast forward through you guys, see if there's anything notable I can say right away. Oh, let's see. I don't think there was an extra. Oh yeah. Tim Considine and Tommy Kirk. Is it me, or there's the owl that I was mentioning earlier? Is it me, or does this house kind of look like the one in Shaggy Dog? I wouldn't be surprised if they're reusing some of these same sets. But that was that one. The Golden Clue. Let's see this one. Nice intro. And I believe they're using the same neighborhood as it would be in the Shaggy Dog. Oh. Keep going with that one. I like how they also put at the end in the next episode, so you know which one to watch next. So I'm just gonna put one here, because we kind of know the quality how it looks like. Mickey Mouse Club presents the Hardy Boys. Back at the old haunted house, or old looking haunted house. Oh! Oh, look at that! Now this is something that's notable. Okay, well, everything's gonna be notable. But here's something that is definitely notable. What is this? Oh, look at that. They're using Disney comics. That, to me, looks like the animation building.
Hey, wait up!
That doesn't even... Okay, looking back at this doesn't even match. How did they get away with this? Because this is the animation building. And Disney has used a lot of their animation studio to film in a lot of television and film. But I just kind of find it kind of funny because, okay, that looks like it's also, that has to be on the studio lot. Look at that. That's probably the parking lot. And this is probably on the back lot in another area. So they're probably looking in another time, and then with editing, it makes it look like they're looking at him. But I just found that kind of funny. Let's see. Oh, this is interesting. Okay, bus stop. Let's see. I'm just curious.
Hey, you think we ought to call the police?
I don't know. This to me,
You cross the street again.
I don't know. This to me looks like it's on location. This does not look like it's a backlot to me. For those who you probably know, whenever I'm watching any kind of movie, I'm always just fascinated with where they're filming, because filming locations ties to Los Angeles history. You see buildings, you see how they design certain street lamps, you see how, going back to buildings, they were designed compared to how they are now, if they're still existing. So that's everything that is involved. Oh look, and then the picture they use right there. So I'm looking forward to watching the rest of this, because if they're going to be using all these on-set, I mean, not on-set, but on-location shoots, you got me hooked in. So let's see, what the Hardy Boys Unmasked.
Hi, I'm Leonard Maltin, and I can't believe it, but I'm sitting here with the Hardy Boys.
That is amazing! Him interviewing these two amazing stars, talking about their adventures on the Hardy Boys, behind the scenes, first-hand accounts, everything. Oh, there they have a little thing about Annette right there. Studio. But I definitely have to fully watch this. I can only imagine what amazing stories that they're telling him. Let's move on to the second one that's in the special feature. We got galleries. Behind the scenes of the Hardy Boys, paging the Hardy Boys. So I'm not going to show you a whole bunch, but... Oh! So, nice Polaroid looking behind the scenes. About the set house. Oh, now that photo's too precious. That photo's precious. That looks like the studio lot. I don't know why he looks like a baby right there, Tommy Kirk. He looks so... I already knew he looked young in the Shaggy Dog, but he's even younger here. Oh, look at... Look at that, a different angle of the same thing we watched. Probably a different angle of the studio lot. Well, I knew it was, but just to see at a different angle is interesting. Okay. Well, that's some of the taste of what you see there. But I just love that one Tommy Kirk photo. He looks like a baby in that one. And so that concludes the second disc of the Hardy Boys, and I hope you guys buy your own copy of this. Now the last box set in this wave, I'm actually pretty excited to check out with you guys, and it's called Your Host with Walt Disney. Now, one of the things I wish Disney Plus would add onto their streaming services is the Walt Disney Presents TV show, where Walt Disney would show all kinds of cool stories about scientific achievements or film achievements or what have you. And this box set actually gives a sample of some of those episodes. Now, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but my box set right here is kind of oxidized. And that's because when I was trying to find this particular box set, it's because this one kind of goes on the higher price margin sometimes. But I've noticed lately, especially the last time I went to Amoeba, they've had a couple there that are between like $40 to $50. So I may hope in the future replace this one to get a better one, just because I got this at a cheap price, but for obvious reasons I didn't realize it was like this. But you know, the discs were perfect. It's just the box set. But no more of my rambling about the box set. Let's go check out this amazing Walt Disney set. Last but not least, we have Your Host Walt Disney. Now this one, I've been noticing it's been depreciating in value a little bit, so it won't be as hard to get it for you. So one day I'm gonna probably replace this one, because you see, I was able to get it cheaper because it was corroded, but I want to get a better one, and this, I can't take this off, so bear with it. We open it up, we see the wonderful Walt Disney, another one in the back. Here's two amazing pictures of Uncle Walt. Another amazing picture. If only he didn't smoke. Imagine everything else he could have done. In 1954, Walt Disney embraced the small screen, and Disney became the first major studio to produce a weekly television series, Disneyland, aka Walt Disney Presents and Walt Disney's Wonderful World of Color. They need to put that more episodes available. I would definitely watch that. Certificate, booklet. Here's the opening of it. You see that? Oh, look at that little cute dog. Oh, the programs. That is so amazing. Look, Disneyland's 10th anniversary show. Oh, look at that. I cannot wait to share this with you guys. Let's go check it out. Here's one of my favorites. Disc 1 of Your Host, Walt Disney. Let's go. Here we have intro to one of my favorite Walt Disney treasures. Your host,
Hello,
Walt
I'm
Disney.
Leonard Maltin, and it's my pleasure to welcome you to Disc 1 of Your Host, Walt Disney. This DVD set is near and dear to my heart, as I'm sure it will be for everyone who grew up watching Walt Disney host his weekly television show.
Yep. And just knowing that this enigmatic man not only started an amazing entertainment empire with his films, but in the theme park arena as well. And here we're exploring TV memories. Here is the main menu. We go with program selection. So let's see what we got. Where do stories come from? Fourth anniversary show, Kodak presents Disneyland 59. So I'm going to show you guys all of these because there's only quite a few selections. So let's start out with this one.
Present
Walt Disney's Disneyland. Now here, Walt Disney is going over how stories are created, which was one of the biggest appeals of his show. He discussed how, not in a condescending way, how the studio made their films, how he explained the technological aspect of it in easy way for kids and everybody to understand. And he just here sampling all the different kinds of cartoons and stories that he's done. You can recognize that one in my last Disney treasure from Donald Duck Volume 2. But here he is also showing various cartoons relating to that. And as you notice, it's all in black and white because, of course, television started out as black and white. Oh! Now, do you guys know who this man is? Ollie Johnston. He revealed it.
After sitting at the drawing board all day, Ollie finds great relaxation on weekends gathering the fellow hobbyists in the backyard of his Flint Ridge home.
His beautiful mini train set, which he would always invite his friends over. And this also made Walt Disney get his own miniature train set. And of course, you guys have to know Ward Kimball, one of the zaniest employees ever at the Walt Disney Studio.
Ward Kimball, who directs our Tomorrowland television series,
which is also fascinating. Trains are actually... Oh! Here is Walt Disney's Carolwood Barn. For those of you guys who do not know, in Griffith Park Travel Town, there is a place where they have Walt Disney's Carolwood Barn from the backyard of one of his houses, in which he used as a place to play with his mini train set. And there's actually a train set going around there connecting to the train museum next door. So I highly recommend you guys visiting there. It's loads of fun. You learn all about Walt Disney's love of trains and everything. Wait a minute. I thought that guy looked familiar. Kirk Douglas. Now that is amazing. It's probably because of 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. Oh, now this is an amazing short for you guys who haven't seen this. This is one of the shorts that are in the Chip and Dale DVD that I was mentioning. That for some reason they never had a Chip and Dale Walt Disney treasure. They should have. But this is one of the best Chip and Dale doll shorts I've ever seen. Probably also helps that I watched it when I was a kid. Extremely wholesome, but I could just imagine Walt Disney being that little Donald Duck, having all those miniature houses and everything. Oh, look at 3 little pigs. Child. And that's for that one. Let's check out 4th Anniversary Show.
Walt Disney's
Disneyland. Now here we have 4th Anniversary Show. We have over the music department, figuring out what songs to play. Huh. This one has actual color clips in it, coming from one of their feature films. Which is not a separate short, but showing how music intercepts with story and everything.
Tchaikovsky, right. Now, I've already done the first half of the program.
There's Annette. It looks like it from the back. Oh, wait. I think I saw Tommy Kirk right there.
You.
Well, thanks very much. I appreciate it. But look, I've got the Disneyland show to finish, and if I don't get back to my office, there won't be any
We
show.
understand.
On a soundstage. What I find... Did you see that goofy head? What I find interesting about Walt Disney is he's a very complicated character. Wes Parker. What I find, again, going back to Walt Disney, he is a very complicated man. He has this image of being this wholesome, your dad image, Uncle Walt, that he portrays this calmness. Sorry, I'm getting a little distracted. What in the world? Why is it looking like some kind of Wizard of Oz type of thing? Anyways, going back. So Walt Disney, very complicated man. He never liked to portray he was a smoker in any of his photographs or anything, but he didn't want to show that image. Kind of cleaning up his wholesome image. So I just find it interesting how he's not a perfect man, and that's fine, you know? Everybody has their faults. Very interesting celebration.
Next week, our program from Fantasyland goes back into American folklore to tell you the stories of 4 fabulous characters.
Interesting. Oh, Johnny Appleseed. Huh. Casey at bat. Fascinating. Now let's move on to Kodak Presents Disneyland 1959. ABC. Huh. So here's a TV special about
weeks and Herculean labors, the
Disneyland showing in 1959. So all of this was a time lapse of how Disneyland was constructed. If you guys haven't seen that with the Tony Baxter commentary, I watched it on YouTube. I highly recommend it. So look how brush the Jungle Cruise has become. I wonder if there'll ever become a point where there's too many trees in Jungle Cruise. I honestly prefer the longer trees and the longer plants in it because it makes it look more mysterious. But look at this. This was even before the opening of the Matterhorn.
Glacier Skyways is an engineering.
Interesting. You saw Autopia right there. Mark Twain Riverboat. And of course Kodak is sponsoring this. Who didn't have a Kodak disposable camera when they were a kid? Was it only me? Well, here's an early parade. Oh, it reminds me of It's a Small World. We're showing the different countries being represented in the parade. Well, that's really amazing. Another ad within Kodak, and a woman's using it on Disneyland, of course. What in the world? Huh. Different. Oh, that looked like. Wait, who is that? Let me go back. Zorro. People driving in little cars. Wait a minute, there's celebrities. Let me see. Curious.
That's Lawrence Welk, Lennon Sisters, Jill Wells,
Huh.
Marvin Miller,
It is.
Tommy Kirk, the Shaggy Dog,
Tommy Kirk.
McKenna, the Real McCoys, Jeffrey Hunter going by,
Oh, Jeffrey Hunter.
Darvin McGavin of Mike
He was in The
Hammer,
Searchers.
Dennis Hopper there going through,
Dennis Hopper? What is he doing there? Huh. Interesting.
Hunter going by,
Oh, back again.
Darvin McGavin of Mike Hammer, Dennis Hopper there going through,
Huh. This is a little way after Rebel Without a Cause, but way before Easy Rider. Interesting. I'm hoping one day in the future I either make a video or some kind of thing where I want to talk about all the celebrities who have visited Disneyland by showing photographs or video, because I think it's kind of fascinating to kind of step where they were stepping. And one of my favorite people of all time, Robert F. Kennedy, went to Disneyland a couple days before he got assassinated. And so the first ride he went to, according to a newspaper article I read, was Parts of the Caribbean. So I haven't found any pictures of him riding Parts of the Caribbean, but I hope to find one. There's one of Matterhorn, but not Parts of the Caribbean. Ooh, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. Well, I have never been to the 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea ride. I've been to the Finding Nemo version. I wonder if the Finding Nemo version is way superior or which one is better, but now that would be an interesting thing to see the mermaids swimming, but I can only imagine them always having to suffer through sunburns, and I also have read that a lot of times they would get affected by certain chemicals in the water or something. I don't know if I read that correctly, but they stopped the mermaids. But it would be kind of cool to actually see a real life person swimming by this. Oh, it's actually kind of... That effect looks the same from the Finding Nemo ride, them descending. It's actually really cool practical effects, honestly. Wow. I wonder if they would have to drain all that water to do any major fixes, like when they remodeled it. Oh my gosh. Is this a 5 freeway?
In the world, over a highway system which is the most modern in existence. But cars can be built fast.
Oh my gosh. No matter what. Oh, yes, we need that. We need that in Los Angeles. Oh, going by downtown Los Angeles. We need a monorail system. We need to eliminate more cars. Oh, what the? There's Richard Nixon before he became president. This is when he was still vice president to Dwight D. Eisenhower. But I have a little footage clip of one coming like this. So I would definitely use that and talk about how Richard Nixon stood in that spot.
Is the liveliest polyester.
Here's another ad. People climbing the Matterhorn.
Been one of the top climbers in California.
I wonder why they stopped doing the climbers. There had to be a reason why. Did it become too dangerous? Did it become... I don't know, they didn't want to be liable if somebody fell, or did somebody fall? That's something that I should probably look into. They want to have performers. They have certain performers like that, but all of it has to be under an IP, unfortunately. What the? Okay, there's Ed Sullivan.
Appeal to a kid.
Okay, interesting. Ed Sullivan, I didn't know he was gonna pop up here. But this is actually really cool. This is...
I give you the happiest kid in the park.
That is fascinating. Okay. Huh. That looked like Ricky Nelson. Of course, everybody... Wait, that guy.
No.
Sullivan. Never mind. Okay. Wow. I like that a lot. I love that. Anything... Oh, and an advertiser for Rifleman. Anything advertising Disneyland or showing old classic... Anything Disneyland, I'm all hooked. So let's see what's in the bonus features. So we have My Dad, Walt Disney, and galleries. So let's check out My Dad, Walt Disney.
Hello, Diane. Hello, Lenny. It's so nice.
And it's a lovely interview of Diane Disney Miller. Mixing clips. Oh, and of their house. So actually part of my feature video of talking about early Disney locations will include the exterior of his first mansion, which is that one, the Woking Way one. I went by the Lyric House and his first house after he moved out from his uncle's. So that will all be in a future video. So that's what the house that reminded me of. Oh, Frank Sinatra, opening day. That is amazing. I wish that California is able to do... Oh, and there's Bobby Driscoll right there, for those who love Bobby Driscoll. Picture of Song of the South.
And that word corny, I guess he heard it a lot of times, and it made him very...
Who cares if it's corny? It's great. It's wonderful entertainment. But this is a wonderful insight to everything that she is proud of. She sees a perspective of her dad. And it connects everything to the Carolwood Barn days, to everything, television, everything. What a lovely, lovely interview. Now here we have galleries. Hyperion Days, Walt at Work, Walt's Playground. Ooh, okay. So, Walt, Hyperion. Oh, now this is amazing. Aha! Look at the... Oh my gosh, that's great. That's the house. Garage. The early studios. Oh, I'm definitely going to be using this for my video. Look at this. Wow. Oh man, I wish I had one of those Mickey Mouse plushes. But you could... I could even try to find if that still exists. Okay. Oh, Will Hayes? He's standing next to Will Hayes. That's kind of strange. For those of you who don't know, but Will Hayes was basically what the Hays Code is named after. The Hays Code was a certain set of rules for films that they couldn't show or have certain storylines of, and he kind of oversaw that up to a point. But that was a strange picture. Okay, so Walt at Work. I'm actually very curious. So this is all older Walt, of course, being shown at work, with one of these being what looks like a real life tiger. Walt's Playground. And we see here, oh, a Disneyland. Okay, I've seen this beautiful picture before. That is great. That is so lovely. I love that. Those are amazing pictures. That's why this has to be one of my favorite Walt Disney treasures. So let's move on to the second disc. Disc 2 of your host, Walt Disney. Let us check it out. We have disc 2.
Hello and welcome to
Hello,
Disc 2 of
Leonard
your host,
Maltin.
Walt Disney. I'm Leonard Maltin, and I'm happy to introduce you to more programs that rekindle warm memories of a time when Walt seemed to be a part of every American household.
Yes. Oh, every person at a certain age will definitely remember Walt Disney. Sorry, I just saw something with Haley Mills at the Swiss Family Robinson Treehouse. They just recently reopened that, and I was able to go finally. I had never gone to it when I was a kid, but I finally went to it when they reopened, and I loved being able to compare what I was able to find. Footage and photographs with me standing where Walt Disney was. Anyway, so what we have here in Backstage Party and Disneyland 10th Anniversary Show. So we're going to go Backstage Party. So let's see what they got. Huh, so here the kids are entering in a soundstage. Wonderful World of Color.
Left on Mickey Avenue.
A beautiful color clips. Oh my gosh, yes. On the beautiful lot. Oh, the gorgeous back lots. Why didn't they... Oh God, why didn't they keep them, man? They should have kept at least a section. See all the stages. Oh, so this is a nice... See what I mean about Walt Disney taking his audience to show what's going on. So here's Babes in Toyland. It's a great movie for those who haven't seen it. And here he is showing how the whole production process of the film is going through. With Annette, dancing sequences, stop motion, everything. Including a cake. Then there's Annette, who has become a major star at this point. And she has to be... she's actually wearing a red wig. And there's Ray Bolger, and for those who don't know who Ray Bolger is, the Scarecrow from The Wizard of Oz. Who played a bad guy in that movie. And there's Ed Wynn. Oh, and Tommy Kirk. I forgot Tommy Kirk was in this movie. Ed Wynn, one of the most famous comedians, and the voice of Mad Hatter. And Tommy Kirk, of course, Shaggy Dog. This is a really nice program showing Babes in Toyland, especially for those who love the movie. Jack in the Box. Oh, of course, showing cartoons.
Play cat and mouse with...
Oh, that's hilarious. I like that. That's very cute. Oh, and of course, it has to be an advertise. It's also an advertisement for his next film, which is brilliant, honestly. And here we have Disneyland 10th anniversary show. So let's take a look.
But how could you top it?
What?
Ah, so here's a tour guide. And he is showing her the plans of what was going to be added to Disneyland. So we saw, this is Haunted Mansion. We also saw Small World. Rolly Crump and Mark Davis showing Walt and the tour guide all the little intricacies. Oh, and look, in Pirates of the Caribbean as well. All the planning stages, everything they need to do in order to perfect it. The maquettes are simply adorable. I wonder if they're in the archives. They have to be in the archives. Alright, what are your guys' opinions about the older costumes? Some of them are actually very charming. Some of them just look downright creepy, but around this point, they already kind of perfected our favorite characters, and they all look so cute. Because in the early days, Mickey and Minnie, their costume looked so creepy. Really creepy. And that was because they actually came from an ice skating event that Disney held, and they were leftover costumes. And so they used them in opening day, but thank God they didn't keep them because they just look so creepy. Ah, this is iconic footage here. I love this footage. And no offense, but I think that's really for publicity. Walt Disney showing him working on the construction of Disneyland. I don't think he would be actually going in there fixing up pipes or anything. Oh, but that's really cool. So that's something I noticed about the rides about Matterhorn. Now it's single, right? But you used to be able to squeeze everybody in one seat. I wonder how that was like, especially with no seatbelts. Oh my gosh, the flying saucers, oh my gosh, I've heard of such a trash ride. Oh, here's a Swiss Family Robinson. Amazing. Oh, the music is great too. Iconic. But I was able to compare, I took photos comparing myself in certain clips, and here's, the Jungle Cruise. Oh, amazing. In the tiki room. I go to that every time. It's so charming. I just love the singing, and then if you're eating an ice cream or something, they let you eat in there. Just make sure you don't leave a mess. Oh, the Mark Twain. Ugh, amazing. And of course, advertise at the end. But that was a lot shorter than I remember it was, and I actually have seen that. Oh, that was fantastic. I love it. So let's see in bonus features. We have, I captured the king of the leprechauns, Disneyland USA at Radio City Hall, working with Walt. Okay, let's check them out. So I captured the leprechauns. So, Darby O'Gill. Oh!
Well, I won't let him get out.
Pat O'Brien? Oh, I did not realize he was in this. Okay. Pat O'Brien was... how could I put this? I would say he was a character actor, but sometimes he would play leading man, but he played in a lot of Warner Brothers films with James Cagney. And he's in this one movie I love with Mickey Rooney called The Fireball. But I think he was hired a lot as Irish parts because, obviously, O'Brien, famous Irish actor. Huh. Interesting. I actually have not seen this movie, unfortunately, but I do have it on DVD. It's on my list to watch. But this is a nice little addition to this disc, showing how the special effects worked and everything. It's kind of showing a preview. Oh, there's Sean Connery. before James Bond. Interesting. Going through it. Fascinating. Loved it. So here we have Disneyland USA at Radio Hall. Let's see what this is. Okay, so Mickey Mouse. Huh, okay. Wow.
Disneyland.
Clear picture. What in the world? Okay, interesting. Ooh, okay. Ah, beautiful footage of Disneyland, of course. Now, working with Walt. From the sounds of it, it sounds like it's a documentary of how some people interaction with Walt.
They would show me the story.
Ooh, okay. Marge Champion. She was a live action model for Snow White. That is amazing. So here's some of the other people who worked alongside with Walt Disney.
You know.
Here's a Musketeer. Ah. A lot of the Musketeers came and talked.
Listen, Disney.
Boy Siri.
Dogs.
Show.
A lot of the Musketeers definitely came to talk in this. Tommy Kirk. And I'm just glad they got him before they passed away, you know? People keep leaving us and their memories live on here. So that concludes your host, Walt Disney. Here is a nice price breakdown. So these are going to be definitely in the upper price range. This one, you could get lucky if you get around $40, honestly. The first time I was looking it up, it was around $70, but luckily this one came with a lot that I miraculously found. This one as well ranges around $70. This both came in the same lot, so luckily I didn't have to pay that. But this one for some reason is also, just like the Donald Volume 4, it's very sought after. So I'm not sure why certain ones are and certain ones aren't. Probably less made, not quite sure. The Hardy Boys, it's like Spin Marty. You can find it as cheap as $20 or maybe upper range like $30. But I haven't seen this one go for super much. This one, surprisingly, it's been depreciating a little bit. But then again, you might still be able to get it for $30 to $40. I went to Amoeba not too long ago. They had like 3 copies of this treasure there for some reason. Somebody, I guess, was trying to get rid of a lot of it at the same time. I probably should have got another one just to replace this box. But then again, I thought, why get it? I already have it. So there is a price breakdown. Now, I hope you guys enjoyed that wave as much as I did. I, for sure, learned a lot. I cannot believe what kind of treasures are in each of these DVD sets. It still blows my mind. But I would recommend, again, you buying your own copies to kind of relive those memories and to discover new ones. So thank you so much, everybody, for watching this video. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't. Subscribe. And even just a comment just to let me know what recommendations to do and all. After I complete this whole Walt Disney treasure line, I'm going to finally move on to my other DVD box sets. So please bear with me. I've been juggling different projects at the same time. But thank you for those who have stuck by me since the beginning. It's only going to continue getting better and growing more. Thank you so much, everybody, and have a wonderful day.